Welcome to PlayUSA. My name's Nicole, and I'm here to answer all of your online gambling questions. In today's Tuesday Q&A, we're going to be talking about how to spot the difference between a regulated U.S. online sportsbook or casino versus an offshore one. But before we get into today's topic, make sure to hit that subscribe button below, give us a thumbs up, and ring the bell so you know every time we post a new video. Also, I will be adding links to additional resources down below, so make sure to check those out as well. So, how do you spot the difference between a regulated U.S. online sportsbook or casino versus an offshore one? Well, it turns out not too many people know the answer to that question. In a recent study done for the American Gambling Association, over 70% of those polled felt it was extremely important to only wager on a U.S. book. However, over 50% of that population had used an offshore book before, and over half of that subset didn't even know they had placed a wager on an offshore site. I know this topic can be confusing, but we're going to give you a few key things to look out for so you can easily distinguish between a regulated site versus an offshore one. One of the first things to look for is the licensing authority for the site that you're using. If the licensing authority comes from a place like Antigua or Panama, that's a good indication that the site is offshore. In the U.S., each state has their own individual licensing authority that will give their approval for each online sportsbook or casino that is regulated in the state. In New Jersey, for example, the New Jersey Department of Gaming Enforcement will put their seal on all approved online sportsbooks or casinos. So, if you're in that state, you want to look for that seal at the bottom of the website or on the app that you are using before you place a wager. Another thing to look for is the type of currency accepted on the site you're using. If you see that cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin, is accepted on that site, that is a good indication that it is offshore. In the US, cryptocurrency is not accepted for regulated online sportsbooks or casinos. Now that you know a few things to look for when differentiating between a regulated versus an offshore site, I want to go through some of the advantages of using regulated online sportsbooks and casinos. One of the biggest advantages is safety. If you were to deposit money on a regulated sportsbook or casino, and for any reason that money didn't post to your account, the licensing authority for that site would investigate the matter and help you retrieve your funds. On an offshore site, there's no guarantee that a licensing authority would look into the matter or help return the money to you. Another advantage is the ease with which you can deposit and withdraw your funds on a regulated site. On almost all sportsbooks and casinos in the US, you can deposit via cash, credit card, or an ACH bank transfer. And finally, another big advantage are the responsible gaming programs that these sites have in place to ensure that gambling remains fun and recreational for players. If at any time gambling crosses that line for any of the patrons on the site, these programs offer resources to help the gambler take a step back. Also, before I leave you today, I do want to remind you that online casino gambling is currently available and legal in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and West Virginia. Michigan will be joining that group soon. However, online sweepstakes casinos are legal and available throughout the U.S. And as far as online sports betting, that's legalized on a state-by-state basis as well, but it is expanding extremely rapidly throughout the U.S. Make sure to check your state's individual regulations to see if online sportsbooks and casinos are legal where you live. That about sums it up for today's video. If you have any questions that you would like answered in the future, make sure to drop them in the comments section below. If you need any additional resources, check out the links that I've left below or visit PlayUSA.com. I'm Nicole, and I will see you next week.